I'm just taking it as a reference so that I should not be forget anything to, there should not be anything missed. Okay. So let me tell you guys that in Cisco, every Cisco certification, currently Python is included. Or I will say the automation is included. Automation is there. Why? Because in Cisco devices, now automation is getting enabled. And even Cisco is started, using automation. Earlier also they were using, but not on the so bigger scale that people should be aware about it. But nowadays they are focusing so much on the Python learning or the automation learning. So let me tell you one thing, guys. You all are aware about SDN, software defined network. Software defined network did what? The main, it has a lot of functionalities, but the main functionality was it decoupled the control and data plane. So it decoupled the control and data plane for the devices. What does that mean? So SDN has a couple of the maybe types. For the WAN, it is SD-WAN, software defined wide area network, software defined access area, SD, software defined, maybe you are if you will going to the data center, you are using EPIC kind of ACI, EPIC controller, or maybe ACI, we used to say ACI. Okay, so different side, different way to introduce SDN, software defined network. I am just talking about the Cisco, and in different vendors you have the different names. Okay, so when we are talking about, let me give you an example with SD-WAN. If you guys are aware about SD-WAN, there are 3 controllers: vManage, vSmart, vBot. V stands for Viptela, but obvious. Let us say you have some of the connection, either it is internet, either it is MPLS, doesn't matter, because it provides you transport independence. And lower onto this layer, there are a couple of the edge devices. These edge devices can be from the Viptela or can be from the Cisco, which means it can be VEdge or CH. There should be some connectivity using such kind of way. Okay. In any case, it is going like that. Now, please try to understand these controllers. When pushing out some configuration over here, using the templates or maybe through the policies, doesn't matter. You are pushing this configuration using the automation only, using the automation. How the controllers are connecting to the WAN edge devices? Through the automation. It will gonna use either the RESTCONF or the NetConf as 2 protocols. The major difference between the NetConf and RESTCONF is, if you guys are aware about REST API or the REST conf, this is purely based on HTML thing. It means your device should be open with HTML stuff, like HTML server, HTML secure server. Those should be available to run the REST API calls onto your device. Any vendor you say, F5, Cisco, Polo, any vendor you say, your device should be available on the HTTP or HTTP secure thing. Now, When I am talking with you guys that, okay, your devices are getting managed by the controllers. When such thing happens, your controllers are managing the WAN edge devices. Such kind of thing or such kind of API is known as southbound API or southbound interface. Are you guys with me? This is southbound interface. Whereas if someone is controlling these controllers, these controller itself, in turn controller will control the WAN edge devices. But if someone is controlling these controllers through the REST API or through any of the automation script, maybe Python or whatever, that kind of stuff is known as NBI, northbound interface or northbound API call. By the way, I am talking about API. Anybody is aware what is API, please? None of you are asking. What is API? Let me ask them.
So application programmable interface.
Okay, that is the abbreviation. Little bit explanation about it, please. Sandeep, if you are speaking something, I am not able to hear. When you are one application, somebody typed, might not working. Okay. When your one application is talking with your second application, that is your API. Everything, if I am talking with you, I am talking with you in a language. Okay. Maybe you are understanding Hindi, I can speak in Hindi. Punjabi, I will be speaking in Punjabi. French, I would be talking in French. English, we are talking in English. Bit like when some two devices are talking with each other, there should be some kind of language. It can be XML. It can be JSON. Majorly used two languages, XML or JSON. When you are one application talking with another application, the very basic example is Alexa. Is talking with your LED or maybe your LED bulbs kind of stuff. You are just commanding the Alexa and Alexa in turn just making it done. One application talking with your another application. Maybe you are using the Google Map and Google Map or some another map, maybe some another map you are using, some another application, and that application is talking with your Google Map. And in turn, it is giving you all of the result, whatever the results saved into the Google Map. They are talking with each other. What is those? Those are the API calls. They are talking with each other through the API calls. Can have some sort of language, XML, JSON, bit like that languages there that they are talking with each other. So far, any question to anyone? No? Great. Now let me just tell you, if you want to read the theory, more theory, maybe you can go over here. Okay, we are talking about JSON, Yang. Again, all of these are the language. This is nothing but a markup language. Okay, defining the data structure, how to define the data structure, northbound interface, southbound interface that we are talking about. Okay, then we are talking about Postman. What is Postman? Postman is a free tool available on the Google. You can just go and just say download the Postman. And you can see that, okay, there is a Postman. Just download it for the Windows if you have Windows or maybe any other thing. You can just download from there. Let me just open for you guys Postman. Generally, maximum people use Postman for REST API call. When I am talking about REST API, I am talking about HTTP. When I am talking about HTTP has couple of methods. When I am saying couple of method, what does that mean? One majorly used term is CRUD. That is, you can either create something, you can either read something, you can either update something. The difference between create and update is create means you are creating a new thing. Update means you are updating an existing thing. Maybe description is something wrong. You want to make a change over there. You need to update it. Or you can delete. Getting this point? You can create, read, update, delete. CRUD. Very useful. And very, very, oftenly used term over the internet, over each and in certifications, everywhere. CRUD. So these CRUD operations you need to get performed using the HTTP method like get. Get method is to read something. There are a lot of other methods. Post, you are creating something. Okay, delete, you are deleting something. Put or patch, updating something. Lot of other methods, even I am also not aware about. Okay, but majorly we are using get for getting some information or head, but usually we used to go for the get. Then post for the posting something. Okay, for put patch, updating, delete for deleting something. This is your what to say, Postman. When you download Postman, it will come like that. Oh, very boring. Maybe I will just ask the team to get this sorted. Okay, the images are very poor. It should be a little bit bigger. So when you open your Postman, it will be open like this kind of window. Then you need to go to the home. Under the home, you need to click over here, create new. Can you see this create new? Click on create new. Under create new, such kind of page will open for you guys. What kind of request you need to go? I want to go for HTTP request. Click HTTP request and you can see such thing will get appear in front of you. I am using Cisco lab. Okay, you can use your lab, but obvious, like you can go there, you just write down Cisco. Okay, I hope iOS XE always on lab. Click over there, they will ask for your credentials. That okay, give me your credentials. Login with Cisco ID. Info NetMinion.net. Password already stored. Good thing. See, I'm into this lab. This lab is talking about Cisco iOS XE sandbox. They are providing us that okay, our lab is there, which is always on, and you can just hit our lab to check out basic functionality of NetConf, RESTConf, bit like that. If I will click on this particular lab, you could see that this lab is there and they are providing credentials to me. Okay, if I will go down, you could see there are a couple of the credentials also which is provided to me. They are saying NetConf is what port NetConf is, what is username, what is password, what is device host name, or maybe this is the particular host name which is used for your internet. If I will do the putty thing, putty, okay, that will find out putty, whatever you say, putty. SSH port is 22. Open it, and you could see that this is getting open for me. Let me just use developer and password. This is my password. Here you go. I am into the device, always on. It is saying the NetConf and RESTConf already there. Show IP interface brief. How many interface I am having? Loopback 123 301 444 123 bit like that. Okay. If I need to check this same information from the postman, how I can check? I need to provide the same thing over there. If you just observe, this is the API call. Every vendor has their own API calls, which we can see from the documentation provided by their vendor. If there is iOS has different API call. If it's supported, iOS XE, different API call. NextOS, different API call. F5, different. Polo, different. Currently, this is the limitation. But you can see, if I need to use it, I need to provide that, okay, what is my API call? Under the authentication, I need to provide the username and password. If I will just issue the send command. Can you guys see this status code 200? 200 means everything is okay, and the result is provided to me from that particular device. Getting this point, yes or no? So let me show you. I am currently not on this device. Maybe that is the previous one. RESTConf is okay. RESTConf is 443 port. Then okay. I am on the same device. 440 HTTPS. And if you check, go down, it is XML language. You can convert it to JSON. If I go down, how many loopbacks were there? Let us see. Loopback 100 was there, right? Let me check. Putty. Loopback 100 was there. 1, 2, 3, 200. Then 100 IP 123. Okay. 200. 301. Okay. 444. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe people are using it. So you can see all of these things are here. What we are checking through the CLI, we can check each and everything from the REST points or the REST API. And people used to say that REST API is the new CLI. So far, any doubt, guys? I was just talking about these things. So how to do GET request. Similarly, we can go for the POST request also. Let me just make it. I don't want to save it. Let me close this as well. Let me go to the home. Under the home, I need to create a new. Under the create, I need to go for the HTTP request. Now, let me tell you one more thing. Let us say we need to go for some another thing. No? I am just going for what to say that sandbox. It is developer.cisco.com. Let me go to the docs. Okay. We have a lot of doc available over there. I am just going for Cisco DNS Center documentations for the REST API. Okay, there is a lot of APIs is there. Let me maybe go for 223 version API. It is saying that okay, this is the version you want to go for this. Yes, I want to go for this particular API. Okay. Here it is saying that okay, the very first thing, if you want to import the certificate, you can import the certificate. I don't want. content type. What is your content type? You can put. Okay. Let me just go down. It is talking about the status code, that what are the status code, that is okay. If I will go to the authentication, authenticate API, okay, here you go. This particular device, Cisco DNS Center, okay. This Cisco DNS Center is saying what? If you need to authenticate API to obtain a token. Token is bit like that you are putting the username and password and it will give you a token. The token obtained using the API is required to set as a value, and the value name should be XAuth token. I would be going to show you, maybe first time you will get confused that, okay, what are these things? But once you will be, you are doing it, you will be able to understand that, okay, these are very, very, very basic things, not, something which we are not able to understand. Then whatever into the content type we need to provide, either it is JSON application. So we will be using it as application and JSON. Under the authorization, we need to put the token thing, and then we can connect to this device. Okay, how it will be going to achieve? Let me tell you. First, you will get the maybe you need to get the token. You need to get the token from where? From your Cisco website. So from your Cisco website, you have a URL. You need to put that URL. So this is the URL. Now I need to get something, so I am posting it. I will go to the authorization. In the authorization, I will select the basic authorization. That this is the very basic authorization. Username and password, I have mine. Maybe you can use your own lab for it. This is always own lab. So you can just go there and you can use DevNet user, or maybe you can use this one also, which I am putting in the same link, the same username and password. It will also work for you. So let me show you the password. This is the password. What I am saying? I am saying for 443 port sandbox Cisco NAC, I want to get the token. If I will send it, you can see a token is provided to me. This is the token. Okay. For further configuration, for further any of the device communication, I require this token with me. So just after this particular course, I am just copying and pasting this into the notepad. This is my token. Now what? Now where is that? Okay. Now once it is done, if you will go to any of the maybe there are lot of things where you want to go. Maybe if I will minimize, it is not letting the minimize from here. You can see what you wanted to check. There are a lot of things. Maybe just I am going into the devices. Under the devices, if you see again, it is talking about the status codes, and it is showing that, okay, if you want to go into the device, you need to send the request. This request should be this particular request, get request. Okay, so such kind of API call will come to you guys. This API call you need to check, and using these API calls you can connect with the device. So let me just give you an example for this particular API call through the Postman. I am going to Postman. Where is my Postman? Clicking on the plus button, get request. Under the get request, I am putting that what is my intent is to get the network devices. Okay. These are the parameters. I can see there are some of the parameters. Authentication, I showed you authentication. If I will go to the header, under the header, these are the headers. By the way, from where we read about header, under the authentication, if you see authentication, I should be having XAuth token. I should be having content type. These are two headers. So I would be using content type. In my Postman, if I will go into my Postman, key is content type. If I will go back to my documentation. Default is application JSON. This is my value. Then second key is AXOAuth token. AXOAuth token. So if I will go over here, AXOAuth token, and the token is, this is my token, Control A, Control C. I will put the value of the token. I want to get the devices information. I am sending this request, and can you see 200? This particular thing